All right, everybody, we're here. We are live and welcome. And yeah, this is our second episode of this Kerbalism live stream. Well, it's kind of Kerbalism plus a bit more. And actually, I do want to do a few adjustments to the settings before we go any further. Number one is here. If I go into settings and I go to here, has to do with contract configurator. I noticed there was some repetition in the contracts last episode, and then somebody pointed out that two of these contract packs actually do largely the same thing. One is the oh wait, I gotta look over this way, of course. These are the stock ones over here. One is this Career Evolution, and the other one is this Kerbal Kind Achievement Records. They're very similar, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off Kerbal Kind Achievements, so that one is now gone. There it goes. And also, and I thought about this last time, part testing. I hate part testing contracts. I'm going to turn those off as well, and then that way I don't even have to see them. I kind of like that idea, so we'll go with that. While we're in actually this settings menu, some people might recall last is I was going over the settings at the beginning of last week, and I was looking for a button here that was gone, and what it was a button that allowed you to have action groups all the time. And I had toggled that on when I created this, and then suddenly the button is gone. Apparently that one disappears when once you've started your game. You can't adjust it after the fact, which, I don't know, I guess that's a decision that they made. But what just to show people what it does is if I go into either the vehicle assembly building or the space plane hangar, and I click on the action group toggle. Oh, I got to put something in there first. Okay, and then I can click on the action group toggle. I have all the action groups are here. I really like the action groups. It bugs me that you have to upgrade to it. And then actually, there are workarounds that allow you to kind of get these custom action groups anyway before you get to tier 3, which people that have watched my Let's Play series know that I do make use of. So I thought, you know what, rather than have the work, let's just get it right out there. I got action groups right from the beginning because I do like action groups. Another thing I want to adjust is if I go into the administrative building, this still always shocks me every time I see this. I like, oh my god. I have a Strategia, which is a mod that completely revamps the strategies. And I grabbed this one, Local Science 1, last episode, and somebody pointed out to me in the comments, and I didn't notice this, and this is typical of me, is reading the fine print, plus 20% bonus on KSC science. I thought that's meant like science around Kerbin, but it clearly does say KSC science. Those are those biomes in around the KSC, you know, there's the launch pad and the crawler way and the VAB and all those things are their own little biomes. Kerbalism takes all of that out. It's gone. There's none of those silly little biomes in and around all the buildings in the KSC. For those people that really like those little biomes and use that as a quick way to get science, sorry, they're not there with Kerbalism. Instead, it's just the shores. That's it. So this is absolutely useless to me. Thankfully, I can cancel it without penalty. That's not true for all of them. So I'm going to cancel it, and we're going to pick up another one. Now, I can't get Local Science 2. Oh, Local Science 2 does add a 25% bonus to Kerbin Science, so these might be worthwhile after Local Science 1. But the one I'm looking at is way up here. I got Moon Probes and Minmus Probes. Notice some of these are grayed out because I haven't met the requirements to be able to use them. But I got Moon Probes and Minmus Probes. And, well, let's just read through what Moon Probes does. So it advances me 100,000 Kerb bucks. I don't know what this means. Rewards? Why don't I read it? There's a thought. Land probes in 3 different biomes on the moon. Penalty of 150,000 funds will be applied if you cancel this objective before it's completed. So this one does have a penalty. It's right here. And 500 reputation penalty. So if I can land in 3 different biomes on the moon, I get a bonus of 25,000 Kerb bucks and 75 reputation. It also has the effect of plus 400% on the rewards on funds to milestones that are gained and around the moon, you know, like if you when you first enter the moon's SOI and get an orbit and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Minus 80% to fund milestones for other bodies. So this really does kind of force you to focus on the moon. And for me, that's good. I need focus. So I think I'm going to grab that one in just a little bit. I noticed there's a min-miss probes one, but the rewards are, notice the advance and the reward is slightly less for min-miss because, as the person who designed this mod knows, min-miss is easier than the moon. Landing on min-miss is easier than landing on the moon. So I'll grab the moon one in just a little bit. There's a couple of others that are active. We can look at those really quickly. To boldly go, plus 15,000 funds when science is transmitted and recovered from new biomes. So that encourages you to go out to different biomes. And local science media circus is plus more funds, plus reputation per experience point gained by your Kerbals. So if you're going to go on a leveling spree with your Kerbals, that'd be a good one to pick up. Pilot focus, plus 50% to rewards for tourism contracts if you put a pilot on board. No more just sticking a probe body on a capsule and firing off your Kerbals. I like that one, but I'm not into tourists yet. And then this one is science focus, plus 50% rewards to science collection contracts if you have a scientist present. Again, very neat idea, but I think right now this is the one to get. But I'm not quite set to set off for the moon just yet because I don't think I quite have the tech for it yet. Now, I was already looking in mission control, and I was looking at these career evolution contracts, and this one here, moon exploration, there is a uncrewed fly by the moon contract. I think I'm going to make that my goal for this episode. So before I do this contract or try to do it, I'm going to pick up that Moon Probe strategy, but I'm right now going to pick up that contract. What else we got here? Min-miss exploration. We'll put that. Should I put that on hold? Oh, there is an expiry date. I don't like expiry dates. Oh, I'm sure it'll come back. Crude milestones. I'm nowhere near. I'm starting with What's the name of that mod? The one that starts probes before crew. There we go. I got it. I started with probes before crew, so really I'm not going to be able to put crew into space for a little bit. Collecting science. Collect science data from in around Kerbin, from space around Kerbin. That is definitely on my agenda for today, so grab that. Not going to do any relays just yet, so we'll keep that one on hold. Manned orbit isn't going to happen. Satellites, position in a specific orbit around Kerbin, specific orbit around... another one around Kerbin. This one's crazy huge. Look at that apoapsis. 30 megameters and by 24 megameters and 25 degree inclination. This one's more rational. Not a bad idea for some... Not a bad idea. Might grab that one too. Let's grab... How am I doing for con? I don't want to end up overloading. I can have up to 7. I only have 3. Okay. And tourism, not ready for tourists yet. I'm not even ready to put a Kerbal up yet. So that's good for now. Oh, somebody has a question, if you please. I'll do my best to read the chat, but is it Jilly Assassin? If you have a question, go ahead. I'll try and answer it. I'll do my best. But anyway, another thing that has happened since the last episode is this science ticker keeps going up. While I was getting ready for the chat, it actually crossed over the 45 science mark. That's because Kerbalism collects science as you go. And I have a probe that I can show you. It is the Octo 1. And that probe is busy collecting and transmitting science. It's transmitted 18.3 science thus far. And I do think it's completely done. It's not collecting anymore. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But it's given me some more science here so we can go back into research and development. And with 49 science, I actually had under 20 before. I could unlock general rocketry, which gives me some nice rocket parts and fuel tanks, including the Reliant engine, the Thumper booster, some big. But I also could unlock one of these higher tier ones. And do I have more sciencey equipment? What's down here under light bulbs? An unmanned experiment upgrade. So on the probe bodies, I can put on more uncrewed experiments. That would be cool. A mystery goo capacity upgrade. Experimental storage units. Oh, the Science Junior. I think I'm going to lean this way. Got a Science Junior. Oh, a first SCANsat antenna. That's cool. And a SCANsat multispectral analyzer. A radar altimeter. I guess these two are the same. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll look at it. Oh, and a better probe body. I'm really tempted by this, considering what I'm thinking of doing. Let's look at these other ones. These are aeronautic parts. Plane parts. We'll get into a plane, but not this episode. General rocketry for some nice nose cones. Ooh, ooh, I can cheat my way. Not cheat. I'm not cheating. I can finagle my way without a fairing for now, but the fairing sure is tempting. A 1.25 service bay. I think what I'm going to do is actually go down here, and I think I am going to grab this basics, mostly for the Science Junior. Big batch of science with the Science Junior. And a HECS probe core. That's awesome, the HECS probe core. Where should be the center of mass of a rocket? Let's get out of here. Where should be the center of mass of a rocket? Is it towards the engine down? No, the center of mass on a rocket needs to be forward. As far forward of the center of lift as you can do it. And that will make things far more stable for you. That was the question. Okay, so I do have a contract still. Take a look at our contracts. I might have hidden it here. Yeah, let's put these all on the same screen. There we go. We'll minimize these. But the one I'm looking at is I can do a suborbital trajectory and return. I might actually do an orbit and return now that I'm thinking about it. And collect some. I'm looking at these two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a new probe. I'm going to show you a feature that's built into the Contracts Plus mod that I really like. If I click here, add to a mission, add to mission list. I can go to here. I can create a mission. I'm going to call this mission the HEC. What is it? HECS? XEC. I think it's like that. HECS 1. I named it after the probe body. And I'm also going to add this one to the HECS 1 mission. So now if I go over to here to mission list and pick the HECS 1, I only have the contracts that I've assigned to that particular mission. It's a great way, once you have multiple contracts going, to kind of keep them straight. I really like it. Way better than this stock window here that I find always awkward to work. Anyway. So we're going to start here. Let's build ourselves something. So we're going to start here with the HECS probe core, which is somewhere. There we are. And we're going to build ourselves a little satellite, and all its job is to go up and collect science. So let's start thinking about science. I'm getting more and more science. Now, opening up our science window, I'm going to stay in low orbit. So for instance, I have a thermometer, but if I click on my thermometer here, temperature scan. The thing to notice, and this science archives, by the way, coming from Kerbalism, is for space low. It says here 1.0 times. I have completed that. It is 100% done in space low, so I'm not going to put a thermometer on it. If I write, how about the Geiger counter? Geiger counter is the radiation scan. Space low. Oh, inner bout, outer bouts. That's the way this works. Oh, it's collected all of its science it can collect too, so no sense putting that on. I can put on a Science Junior. That is the materials-based study. There it is, materials study. Doesn't tell you how much science, but I know there's a lot of science associated with this. I'm going to put it underneath. And a mystery goo. I've collected all my Earth space low mystery goo. I have no mystery goo either. Now, because of Restock, I actually have this nice inline. Oh, that's the materials bay again. this nice inline mystery goo. I might make use of that. I also have the radio one too. By the way, also what Restock gives you is a radial materials bay too. That's a materials bay exactly the same as this materials bay, but it's a radial part, and I really actually love this part. If you open the doors, like the stuff in here is just awesome. Like little, got sandwiches and little whatever the heck that's supposed to be, and crystals and a tomato plant and fun stuff. Okay, but I think this is going to be my start. Let's take a look at our probe body. Because of Kerbalism, I can also assign science to the probe body. Where is configure unmanned experiments? That's what I'm looking at. Because of an upgrade I got on the tech tree that I just picked up, I do have 2 slots that's available. I have a telemetry report that I can do. And so let's take a look at the telemetry report. In space low, I have nowhere near all the telemetry, and notice that it's biome specific as well. So we'll definitely do the telemetry report. We already decided that the Geiger counter and the thermometer is no good. I have the light experiment. The light experiment, whoops, let's see if we can get that. There it is, space low. I've collected all of it, so there's no sense having the light experiment. As well, there is mass and cost associated with these experiments. This light experiment, for instance, is adding 2 kilograms and 100 Kerbucks to my cost. So if you don't need it, there's no sense having it. So we're gonna only carry the, so there's our experiments. We're gonna just do these, and I want to recover this thing. So we're going to put materials bay on waiting, put the mystery goo on waiting, so it will start collecting right away. Actually, maybe not. Let me think about that. So I don't know if I don't want them collecting on the surface. Let's get rid of this. Too many windows. Okay. Is this... I'm looking at the electric charge. Consumed. If I turn that on... Ah, there we go. I have to turn these on to show how much electricity they're going to use. Put this one on waiting too. That made a difference too. Yeah. So I'm looking here. I want to get a feel for how much electricity this is all going to use. Now the one thing with these, let's look at the Science Junior, I'll show you with Kerbalism, is you have limited amount of material in the materials bay. What it does when you do a material study is it takes a sample. The sample takes up 4 slots in the capacity. This materials bay has only 1 sample in it. It only can run it once. Later on you can upgrade it so that it can run more than once. And so it's going to run once. It's going to take 4 slots of storage, and it's going to store those. I can't transmit that data. It's a sample, and it's got to get returned. So that's why this is a good thing to do a return with. This uses up 2.04 units of electric charge per second. That's a lot. And it takes 20 minutes and 46 seconds to run. So I'm going to really quickly pull out a calculator. 20 minutes times 60 plus 46, that's 1,246 seconds times 2.04 to get 2,542 units of electric charge this thing will consume when I run it. I cannot generate this much electric charge, so I'm going to have to make sure I can do that in batteries. And I'm starting to now suddenly get a little bit worried. I have these guys, they're 200. Man, I'm going to need like a lot of those, because these don't generate anywhere near the electric charge I'm going to need. No. Okay. Well, let's... Okay. Now what I can do is I can just keep... Well, according to this... I don't know. Down here it tells you how much duration you have. Oh, it's not counting this. That's the issue. Okay, let's put this on top. I thought so. I didn't really have to do that calculation I just did, because down here it's telling me with all this stuff running, let's actually turn this one off. And let's turn this one off for now because this goo is the main one. With this running, it can run for 4 minutes. I need to make sure it can run, there it is, for 20 minutes and 46 seconds. So what I can do is just keep adding batteries until down here it tells me I can run for that over 20 minutes. Let's do a bunch more. This could get interesting. Let's actually do something a little different. Let's do this. 8 of those. We're gonna make like a battery bundle. Okay, how long's that? Oh, that's 2 minutes. Okay, that's getting close. That's getting close right there. 21 minutes and 46 seconds. There's enough electric charge to run for that long. And what am I doing here? I'm looking for science. The materials bay takes 20 minutes and 46 seconds to run, so this is enough electric charge to run the materials bay. Yeah, it ain't cheap. That's okay. We'll do this. We'll do this. Actually, I'm starting to have my doubts whether we'll do this or not, but we're going to try and do this. Okay, how much mass is this crazy thing up to now? Oh, it's only 532 kilograms. It's not so bad. All right, we're going to turn this off. Too many windows open. Go away. Turn that off. We'll turn back on the telemetry report. That's not too demanding. But you do have more stuff to think about. We'll cover this HECS core with 6 solar panels like that. So that will give us some generation in between. But again, the generation from this will not cover the 2 and change charge per second that this consumes. And now I got to think about getting this thing down to the surface. There's my solar panels, but they won't do enough. All right, I do have fuel cells, by the way. That's something I could have thought about. A fuel cell, how much does the fuel cell do? How much electric charge does the fuel cell provide? Why doesn't it say how much here? It's a configurable fuel cell. Maybe it has to be... Sorry, I completely forgot the fact that I do have fuel cells available. I can run the fuel cell on hydrogen and oxygen. Do I have hydrogen and oxygen? Yeah, I do. I can get them in those tanks. Or I can run it on... Oh, that's it. Configure fuel cell. I'm sorry. Here we go. Hydrogen and oxygen, in which case it will generate... Oh, there's something to think about. This might be cheaper. Thinking. This one fuel cell generates 2.4 units of electric charge per second, and that's it. But I have to make sure to provide enough hydrogen and oxygen to do it. Let me think about this. This might be a more... Whoops. This might be... Close you. This might be a better system here. So if I got small fuel tanks, just to show you, and with these small fuel tanks, you can convert. You can change the color, but can I not change what they hold? Oh, this might be over really quick if all they can do is oxygen. Configure pressurized tank. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So I can put hydrogen in there. And oxygen. That might be a lot less than all of these batteries. Alright, let's figure this out. So configure the fuel cell. This needs to run again for... Now, it doesn't give me any information on this down here, does it? Oh, I'm running low on parts. Okay, there's something to think about. I'm getting too many parts on this. So I'll have to upgrade some stuff. But one thing at a time. Okay, yeah, I can't. Okay, so what I need to do, if this, I'm, again, get that out of the way. That one's a little good. 20 minutes and 46 seconds. Is 1,246 seconds. And then this thing will generate electricity at 2.403 per second. So 2.403 per second. Shoot, I didn't hit the divide. And it's going to, I gotta think about this. So it's gonna run for, oh no, I'm completely not thinking about this. Here we go. Hydrogen, I'm gonna need about 1,300 units of hydrogen. That's what I need. So that is a lot of these tanks. This might work better. If I put on 1, 2, 3 tanks of hydrogen. Here, it's telling me down here how much. I need about 1,300 units of hydrogen. Times 1.001. Actually, 1,247 units of hydrogen. That's good. And a little more. Oxygen. You know, this game makes things more complicated. It consumes oxygen at 5.507 units per second. So if I divide my 1246 by 0.507, nothing like live math, that tells me I need about 2,500 units of oxygen. This is set up for oxygen. Down here it's telling me I have 34. That's already more than I need. That should be good for oxygen. I think this is a better device here. We're gonna do a little bit of a change. I'm losing all of these batteries. It's a little much anyway. Losing a lot of parts this way too, which is good. Keep one of those. So by my hasty calculations, that should be enough hydrogen and oxygen to run this fuel cell long enough to run the materials bay. By my calculations. So what I'm going to do, take this off. I'm just going to position these so they look a little better. There. And I can lose that one. And then I can grab this oxygen tank. 2 of those. There's one on the other side. And what I'll do, take this, rotate it, put this, only one fuel cell I need, and we'll keep these 2 tanks here and here. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Some hastily done math there. We'll see how this goes. This could be a disaster, but I think it's time to get something in the air. I think I've been spending way too much. Oh, I only have a 0.625 meter heat shield. Shoot. Shoot. All right. All right. New plan. This is going to get goofier and goofier by the moment. I'm going to put a pug on the bottom of this. How much delta V does that get me? 944. I got a plan for how this thing is going to come back without a heat shield. And it may be the dumbest plan ever. Or it might go spectacularly well. Who knows? Alright. But I am ready to kind of go for it, to be quite honest. Let's see. Do I have any boosters that I saved from last time? I don't know. No, I didn't. Because they're all junky, crappy, silly Billy boosters. I do have the hammer. Oh, I need a decoupler. Okay, how's that for Delta V? That is stage 2. 1305. That's clearly not going to be enough. I could also put on a pile of these. Usually not that much of a fan of doing this, but you gots to do what you gots to do. This is going to get goofy. And then I'm going to put a swivel on the bottom. 1826 meters per delta V. And, oh, still a lot of thrust, though. Oh, my gosh. More fuel cans. What I want to do is build something that goes suborbital, go up very, very high, so that I'll get the 20 minutes, hopefully, of lag time up there. And then come down, and then I'm going to use this booster to do a braking burn as we come towards the atmosphere, so we don't go into the atmosphere with that much velocity. And hopefully things will go well. Oh, I got the wrong... Ah, that makes a big difference. I had this on Atmo. What does it look like with a hammer on the bottom? Because I much prefer... That's the shrimp. I just don't want something that's this silly and big. What else do I got for smaller engines? I got this nice little Valiant engine, which is like a mini swivel. That might be a better plan. And then stick a hammer under that. This has got a lot less mass on it. And then another decoupler. Oh, this is all messed up, the staging here. That, and then that, and that. HECS 1. Oh my god, this is silly. I also have to protect the top. I haven't even thought about that part yet. I might have been a little too ambitious. I definitely may have been too ambitious. Should have maybe thought about... Okay, better plan than this is some radial ones. Make this a little shorter. A lot shorter. Come on, get away. Go away. Go away, you. Okay, radial decouplers. Here we go. Two-way symmetry. Hammer boosters here. Yep, maybe three-way symmetry. I was going to put another pair on there, but I think actually 3 of them should be enough. Nah, maybe back to 2. I just want a little over 3,000 meters per second before I get to this final stage. What do I got for aerodynamic parts? Oh, I do have the these nose cones, those are fine. And we're going to take these hammers, we're going to just slide these down a little bit. Oh, I really don't have high hopes for this. We'll see how it goes. And then I'm going to grab another pair. There's a ton of thrust on these hammers. Thrust is not going to be a problem. So we're going to do these two first. Come on, get down to the bottom. There we go. And then we're going to use these decouplers. Fire on those two. Those decouplers fire on that one. That stage is gone. That is a whack load of delta V. Whack load of thrust too. Way, way, way more thrust than I need. But now I got to think about protecting this payload. That's a very good. I don't want to end up blowing. Well, you know what? Let's do a test. Let's see what happens. I don't have a fairing, which is unfortunate, and I wasn't thinking ahead. Sticking some sort of a nose, you know, maybe. What do I got for structural bits? I do have this. This might be more effort than it's worth. I don't like these modular girders are heavy. That's what I maybe should have just gone with what I had, but this thing's getting just stupider and stupider by the minute. Dumber and dumber. But now what I can do... Oh, no, that's not going to work. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Because that won't have a node on the end here. Just a second. Try this again. Structure. That's... Well, can I cannot attach this radially. Let's try that again. What I had in mind. I got still not giving up yet. Uh-oh. There. That's back to what it was. I meant to move. Okay, let's slide this guy in. My idea was to put the two parachutes on these ends, but that I don't have. I'm pretty sure I do not have a node. Oh, I do. Okay, maybe this will work after all. One here. One here. Lose that. There. That's my impersonation of something that's aerodynamic. Oh, this is dumb. I don't care. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. It might go really badly, but we're going to do this. Okay, parachutes are going to go last. Lots and lots of delta V. Thrust. I need to get thrust under some control because I do not want this to go up too quickly. So I'm going to have a launch thrust of about 1.33. This kicks off at 2.14, so we'll bring down this thrust around. So this thrust to weight ratio is about the same there, so it's not that much of a transition. This guy's already at full thrust and can be throttled, so... And I'm just seeing one more thing. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to slide it down just a little more so that these are below that. So this will sit... Hopefully, because I don't have launch clamps yet. Oh, we don't have high hopes for this one, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's it. There we go. This is the HECS one. Very high suborbital flight is the plan. That is absolutely the plan. Is this thing set to... Sorry, I just want to make sure that the telemetry report is ready to go. Why are you being like this? Right-clicking and nothing's... Okay, forget it. Just simulate. Let's go. Save it. So this is a... Oh, I don't have the part count. Okay, I gotta save this again. I don't have the part count. I have too many parts. So this necessitates my my second building upgrade. I can afford it. So that'll give me tons of parts now. Let's get back in. And now, oh, the engineer, oh, it's too heavy too. Too heavy too. So we'll have to also upgrade the launch pad. Do I have the money? Barely. Uh-oh. Am I in trouble? How much does this cost? Oh my gosh, I think I'm in trouble. Let's simulate it anyway. Might not work anyway. There is no such thing as atmosphere. We are breathing nothing. Okay, let's see here. Throttle that up. Oh, let's go. Let's see what happens. This could be worth a giggle. All I want to see... Thing is, like, I don't have the money to build it now. I spent too much money on those upgrades. I might have made a grievous error. Will this let me go into negative monies? I don't know. So we're just going straight up. That's the whole plan. Whoa, I'm losing control already. Shoot. Well, that's not encouraging. Back to the vehicle assembly building we go. Gonna have to sell the research facilities. Yep. Okay. Somebody was asking about center of mass, center of lift. Oh, this has... I need something to bring the center of lift downwards is what I need. Even that is not good. There's way too much mass down here at the bottom. I got bigger ones. Now, hopefully that will help. Okay, what is my thrust the weights on the bottom here? I can bring this up a bit. And bring this one up a bit. Deal with that extra mass I just chucked on there. Will the game let you go to negative funds? I've actually never had done that before. But I've been pretty, I only have, this thing costs 16,605 and I only have 7,915 funds, and of course I'm spending it on simulations too. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What am I doing? What am I doing? Didn't I say something about wanting to do a Mun Flyby as well? That's looking more and more ambitious all the time. I can't even do this. Okay, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So hopefully this will be more stable now. Already feels like it wants to go more straight up than it did before. Oh, that's a game setting to allow negative funds. Oh, we might be going into the game settings. We might be going into the game settings because I'm not letting know. We can go into debt. What's a little bit of debt? We're good for it. Okay, here we go. Staging those first SRBs. Of course, there's nothing like going straight up, as those go raining down right on top of what we just dropped them. You know, maybe I shouldn't go straight up. It's really what that suggests. Or I could put parachutes. Shoot! There it goes again. Ah! Oh my gosh. There's way too much oh wait, I'm back. We're back. A brief bit of... Oh, no, we're losing it again. What about just locking that on prograde, seeing it'll hold there? That's funny. Okay, next. Oh my gosh, this is the dumbest thing. I don't see anything on fire down there. I'm hearing explosions, but they seem to be missing, so that's good. What I want to see is how high I can get this apoapsis on this final stage, even with my dopiness. Be honest, to satisfy the contracts, all this thing has to do is get above 70 kilometers and come back down safely. You know what? I think terminate this. I think we're going to go for it. I'm not going to get all of that materials-based stuff. We'll get some. We'll do this again sometime. Okay, so let's save this and build launch. Unable to launch because we can't afford it. So we're going to go. I was worried about that. Let's get into settings. Oh, nothing like. Is this cheating? Include stock vessels. It's got to be a stock thing. Allow negative funds in science. There we go. Accept. Into debt we go. Into debt we go. Oh boy. There we go. Negative funds it is. Now we can launch. Well, I can. Not enough funds. I can because I can do negative funds. What are you talking about? Oh, come on. I activated that. Oh my gosh. Let's just do this again really quick. It was under here. Maybe I have to restart the game, but I don't want to restart the game live. I don't think that's... Okay, so what we're going to do... Accept. Resume. Okay. What we got to do... Change of plans. Change of plans. We're going to keep this, because I think it's stupid enough to work. But what we're going to do... is we're going to severely modify this and bring down the cost of it. So this is coming off, this is coming off, that's all coming off, that's coming off, fuel cells coming off. This is now just going to be about getting the contract. And by the contract, I mean, let me show you the contracts. Just about satisfying these contracts. Do a suborbital in return and transmit and recover some science from space. So this will do that all by itself. And the idea here is to get the cost of this way, way down. We do not need these. That should be enough. What's the cost of this now? I can just afford it. I can just afford it. I can. Can I afford some tail fins? Please tell me I can afford a few tail fins on tail fins. Oh, that puts it over the top. No. Oh wait, here, wait. That. Oh, I don't need a decoupler here. Don't need solar panels. That's brought it down. That's got it. Okay, and I'm also going to increase the fuel. Where's the fuel priority? I'm going to increase the fuel priority on these lower cans. So it will drain these lower cans first. So this one's set to -7, this one's set to -8, this one's set to -9, and this one's set to -10. So it'll drain these tanks first. That will help keep the center of mass forward. But this should be enough to satisfy this contract. And that's all I want to do. It's just got to make space and come back. Let's bring the... And then we'll launch the other one. Or maybe get something that can actually make an orbit. Let's see. Thrust has to come way down. Actually, you know what? I don't even think I need 2 of these. Honestly. Decoupler. Oh, maybe I was better off with what I had. Yep. Control Z back. There. Oh, need those. There. Okay. Bring down the thrust on these. There, and that doesn't matter. Okay. All right, I can afford it. No, I can't. It's just too much. 3 tail fins. Now I can afford it. Wait, could I afford it before? 4 tail fins. No, 4. I can afford this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Before I lose my nerve, let's do this. Okay. Launching. I could have gone with 1 solar panel, that's true. But you're right, I took them all off, didn't I? Maybe that engine generates electricity? I don't know. Oh, you know what this doesn't have? Doesn't matter. Doesn't have an antenna for transmitting, but that doesn't matter. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is not a simulation, so if this goes bad, it is collecting telemetry reports science. And we are slowly draining our electricity, but hopefully it'll be okay. And hopefully it'll remain stable too. So what it's doing... Oh no, it's not on those tanks yet, of course. Once it gets into these tanks, it should be draining them from the bottom and up. And that should help keep the center of mass forward. So far, so good. And hopefully we can get into space. That's the only goal of this thing. No, don't you even... No! No! Don't you even think about it. No! Stay on the prograde vector. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I actually have some gimbling on that engine. Come on, this is not helping. Okay, stay on that prograde vector. Be good. That did not help. Because I certainly can't afford to do another one of these. But if we can satisfy just one of these contracts here, which does involve getting into space. If we can get into space, we're golden. 60 kilometers on the apoapsis. 80 kilometers on the apoapsis. This thing's generating electricity right now. Well, let's slow down. A lot of thrust there. And we are out of fuel. Okay. So we cannot transmit because I didn't put an antenna on this. But we are collecting science data. Let's just time warp. Electricity's holding, just with the batteries that are aboard. Okay, we're coming back. Okay, I'm going to arm these parachutes. We're going to stick this onto... Oh boy. Why is it being this way? I still have electricity. Yep, it's reorientating itself. It's going to have a tough time sticking to this retrograde vector on the way down for sure. Because the aerodynamics are going to want to flip it around. But hopefully the parachutes won't get destroyed. They might. This is really ill-conceived. Okay, I'm very nervous about this. This has got to return safely. So this is all now about, will the parachutes hold? If it keeps this orientation, I think we're fine. I think it'll be okay. It's not like when you come down from orbital velocities. Here we go. Okay, we've lost communications. I don't see any red bars. Those are just on the tail fins. Those are fine. You can blow up tail fins. I don't care. In fact, that helps me out if you blow up. That brings the center of lift forward. Helps it keep this orientation. Now, we're going super fast. Super fast. Don't go so fast that... Come on. Come on, parachutes. There. Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's the dumbest thing. That was a very steep descent. I was really worried it wasn't going to slow down enough for the parachutes to deploy safely, but here we are. Here we are. I should have put that spread angle up. I don't know if that makes it look better. Not really. Okay. Going down. Okay. Okay, we're calling that a win. That should satisfy both these contracts. That's a little bit of money. And all I need is a little bit of money. All right, down it goes. Recover. That was stupid. Oh my gosh, I got into stupid land really fast. What are you going to do for me? Got a little tiny bit of science, but not really enough to warrant about. But I do have some cash now. Because both... Oh, we got a milestone as well. We splashed into the ocean. That's the first time we did that, I guess. Oh yeah, that's the first time we've recovered anything, actually. Congratulations, you successfully returned your craft from space. Some money. What about the other contract? Wasn't there... There was another contract. Science data from space around Kerbin. Transmitter recovers scientific data from space around Kerbin. Maybe it needs a whole... Shoot. Maybe that needs a whole thing, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that one didn't get sat. Not both of those got sat. But is that enough money for me to launch the other one? That's the question. That's the question. So let's bring out the HECS 1 that we were working on before. And I can now afford to launch this thing. And again, I'm honestly tempted just to kind of go for it. I'm thinking of just going for it. I think I need to turn down the thrust on some of these guys again. That one a little bit. I was rather impressed. That worked out honestly better than I thought it would. And what do we got here? Turn the thrust on that down a little bit. All right. I'm also going to do the same thing I did. I think that helped with turning down the fuel flow priority so that it again drains the bottom tanks first and then that tank last, and that helps to keep the center of mass forward. Alright, again, I'm not going to do a simulation with this because funds are still tight, but I can just afford to do this. And hopefully if I can collect an entire mystery goo or an entire materials bay, I doubt I can collect entire materials bay. Hopefully that will be this one contract. So let's do this. Launch. Yeah, it needs a complete science report to trigger. And I only had part of that telemetry report. I need to get all of it. Okay, so here we are. We are still looking at this contract. And in order for this contract to work, I have to collect a complete report. So I don't know if I'll have the time to do that or not. The other thing I want to do is, this is the Science Junior. I want to activate these guys manually. This is the Mystery Goo. I want to activate that manually. And also, this is my fuel cell. I want to activate that manually when the time is right. All right, Z, throttle up. Again, we're just going straight up. Let's go for it. And again, the higher we can get our apoapsis, the better. I think I'm going to lock this on prograde once we get trucking really good. This stuff is all not going to get activated until we're in space. Next. Rain and SRBs down on the KSC. Rain and SRBs down on the KSC. We are tilting just a little bit, but I'm really kind of nervous. Yeah, no, 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 no. I knew that. No, no, no. Back up again. That does not help get our altitude when that kind of stuff happens. Okay, I'm just going to keep it locked on prograde from here on out. Next. Now see, it should be draining just this bottom tank. Did I do that backwards? I did it backwards! Oh my gosh! That's not brilliant at all. I did that backwards. I brought down the wrong numbers. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're doing that in completely a not helpful way. Just gonna let this go. Whoa, 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 that's gone to orbit. No, go back on surface. Don't be like that. Okay. 100 kilometers on the apoapsis. I'm gonna do it. I got another stage here. Little pug engine on there, which is a great little engine. I'm gonna try and get as much altitude as I can. Okay, we're almost in space, so we're going to start fuel cell, mystery goo, materials bay. How's our electricity doing? Now, it doesn't give me time to that. Okay. Where's our ship? I'm going to stop I don't want to go to high space. So I'm going to stop just shy of high space. There. Okay. I don't know if I have 20 minutes in space or not. Electricity is holding, so the fuel cell's doing its job. But this Science Junior is going to be done in about 20 minutes. And we are slowly using up. I think it's going to be okay. So let's time warp. If we can, I think if I can get all of the materials bay or all of the mystery goo, that should count as a complete science report of some kind. I'm not going to get, I'm already down and I'm not halfway through the Science Junior, so that's not going to cut it. Come on, come on, come on. Get all of that mystery goo before we're into the atmosphere. I don't think we're going to make it. We are not going to make it. Shoot. Okay, stopping, stopping, stopping. Oh, the fuel cell, I suppose, can run. Shoot, I don't know if we got everything. Oh, I didn't. Shoot, I didn't. Okay, can I do it now? Nope. Just lost communication. I didn't arm my parachutes. I forgot. Okay, the engine just blew up. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, just arm the parachutes. Okay. And I lost the materials bay anyway. The materials bay blew up in that. Okay, I guess that was... But I did not get all... You can stop the fuel cell now. There's no point to it. I did not get all of the mystery goo. If we take a look at our data, I don't think I got it all. So a little bit more science, but not enough. Shoot, I need to get bigger heat shields. I need, I got part of a goo. Part of a goo. I don't know, folks. That Mun Flyby is looking less and less likely, isn't it? Maybe if I stop being so ambitious and putting on this high science... I think that's where I shouldn't have got that materials bay. Shouldn't have gone for bigger rockets instead and just kept my ambitions less. Because I don't think I'm going to get... And how much money do I have left? Only 817 Kerb bucks. And I don't think this contract is going to be satisfied. Shoot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, we're down. Let's recover. Alright, so there is science, 27.6 science I'm up to now, 17 cents science in that. That contract I can see is not satisfied. Oh, I guess I got some money for the recovery, so I'm at 6,000. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Let's take a look at the science thing again. I didn't get... Telemetry report's not doing anything, but I did not get all of that mystery goo. I got 80% of it. If I got a little bit higher, it would have been good. Okay. I'll think about how we're going to do this. I got to fly by the moon. I got to position us. All of that is not doable at this point. I should not have unlocked that. Oh, wait, I do have science. Let's go back. Sorry, I do have science I can spend. I do have science I can spend. 27. Science can get me this general rocketry node, which should have been the one I went for anyway. That really, really was a dumb thing on my part. And I should have just built something simple with none of those materials bays and all that nonsense, not worried about recovering. Does the fly by the moon require a recovery? No, just fly by the moon. So if I can just blast by the moon with anything. Sorry. Let's get that HECS probe out again. Just thinking. Might not be licked yet. Let's see. To initiate a flyby the moon, I need about 860 meters per second of delta V. Can I build something that's that cheap? That is the question. Doesn't have to do a bloody thing. I'm going to turn off. Configure the experiments. Going to turn off everything. I'm really saving money. No experiments. No nothing. Going to need communication. And put us. I'm only at 2,500 and oh my gosh, I got a lot of delta V here. Didn't put a decoupler in. That's the little one I got now. What are we doing here? What are you doing to me? This, if I can control it, should be enough to easily fly by the moon. Now I really got to think about what I'm doing here. Yeah. But I mean, to get in orbit, I'm going to count 3,600, 44... I'm doing math in my head, which always hurts. 4440. This has easily got the delta V to do it. It's well under the cost. Let's even go nuts. Put some batteries on here. This one was going like a bat out of hell when the I'll have no control of it. Probably need, what do I got for reaction wheels? Just those guys. This might prove unnecessary that I'm being that chintzy. Let's build something a little bit more sane. There's nothing like the cheapness of just a giant SRB, is there? Swivel under here. Still a lot of thrust. Again, total delta V is through the roof. And this will be something I can control a lot easier. Thinking about it. I am thinking about it. Might even splurge and give me some experiments too. So I actually, yep. This should be able to fly by the moon, in my humble opinion. Okay, let's do this right this time. So bigger numbers get drained first. So up this fuel flow, up that fuel flow. Yeah, so this is the high there. That'll keep the mass forward. That's the idea. Yeah, a couple of solar cells would probably be a good idea. I was honestly thinking at first when I was starting to build this thing, and now I'm actually building something that might be even functional, I was honestly thinking I was just going to build something that had enough electricity to just blast it towards the moon, have it fly by the moon, hopefully, and you know, lose control of it, lose electricity, but don't care as long as it does the flyby. Then that should be fine. But I am honestly thinking I have something here. I'm up to 5,310. How much does this contract get me? 48,000. It's my own silliness, but we can recover from this. We can recover. Okay, how much is adding those 2 experiments? Configure amend experiments. Put on the telemetry report. That's only $100. And the light experiment, that's also only $100. And we'll start both of those off. And I don't think either of them use up a lot of electricity. Nope. That's got a gimbaled engine on the bottom. This is the HECS 3, and we're going for a flyby of the moon. I honestly think this is doable. I think we got something that can work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the thrust down on this. Turn the thrust down on this too. There. All right. Yeah. I am going to get that moon strat. Thank you, Tom. I was thinking that. To grab that moon strat. But honestly, I'm going to give this a simulation. I don't think I can afford it. No. I don't think I can afford the simulation. I'm about 1,000 shy right now. And I don't think I can afford the simulation. I'm thinking I'm just going to go for it. I think I'm just going to go for it. Here, let's put that... I do have action groups. Let's put this guy on a 1. And other than that, I think this is a doable thing. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get that moon strat. Oh, hopefully that moon strategy does not cost me money. Please don't cost me money. I can afford the reputation, but not the money. I don't think it costs... It advances 100,000... Why didn't I grab this a million years ago? There's 100,000 Kerbals right here. Does it not cost me? It doesn't cost me a thing. Oh my gosh. Why can't I grab it? You must have returned a crew from orbit for... Oh, I'm in the wrong moon program. I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. 100,000 Kerbals. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What? Confirmation needed. You want to activate? Yes. 100,000 Kerbals. I've never been so happy to get 100,000 Kerbals. Oh, let's go nuts. Let's go nuts. 100,000 Kerbals for me. Okay, we're not going to put on the materials, but I'm going to keep this under some control now. I'm not going to put on the materials bay. I'm not going to recover this, but I can get into science. We do have the Geiger counter. I can put that on there. Oh my gosh. There, we'll turn that on to waiting. We do have a thermometer. We'll turn that on to waiting. Actually, what I should do, now that I'm thinking about it, I have lost with that moonshot one. I think I get a penalty for science in all biomes now. So probably what I should do is not collect science in Kerbin. Okay, so we're going to do 4 experiments. The thermometer, the Geiger counter, the light experiment, and the telemetry report. I'm going to leave them all until we are in... we are in the moon's SOI. Hopefully we'll be in the moon's SOI. Can I take... Will this work? Yes, start the telemetry report. I'm putting these on an action group. Start the telemetry report and start the light. And so 2 is going to be my science activation button. Start the temperature scan and start the radiation scan. Nice, 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 nice. This still should be able to do it. I think so. Okay, now let's save. I have over 100,000 Kerb bucks now. Oh my gosh. I'm never going to let myself get that tight for funds again. Tracking station. Can't afford the tracking station. Shoot. Okay. So the reason why I was looking at the tracking station is because if I upgrade the tracking station, I get maneuver nodes and patched conics. I don't have any of that, so we're going to be shooting for the moon kind of blind. The moon is a pretty big target. Anywhere in the moon's SOI will do. Let's run the simulation. But I was hoping to have the tracking station going. Okay, okay. We're going to get there. We got to think positive. Send me positive thoughts. Parachute, this thing ain't coming back. This thing is going to the moon, and then wherever it goes after it flies by the moon is where it goes. Okay. Throttle up. Let's go. So this is going now into... I want to see if this can get itself into a decent orbital insertion. That's all this is about. Let's get rid of that. So I'm not doing anything crazy funky. Knocking it over. About 5 degrees or so. Locking that on prograde. I do like getting those probe bodies early, like the HECS probe core, and now being able to lock it onto the prograde vector. That's pretty awesome. And this has a lot of delta V. The question is just simply, can I fly it? That's really all this is going to be. Oh, lock it on prograde. I missed it. There we go. The HECS 3. Pretty stable. Likes to come back onto that prograde vector fairly easily. Again, this is a simulation. This is just to see if this is going to work for me. So far, this has cost me 635 Kerb bucks in climbing. But we're about to lose this lower stage and get on the little orbiter dude, which is going to have to finish off some of this insertion. Hopefully I put enough thrust into that. I don't know. I have my doubts. Okay. Stage. I don't like... Ah, shoot. Okay. This is why we did simulations. That's actually fixable, I think. I think that's fixable. I think that's fixable with just simply the addition of some reaction wheels up here. I do have the small inline reaction wheels. Adding those in, I think, should fix that right up. I also want to give myself some more thrust on this thing. Where's the pug? There. More thrust. Yeah. Okay, still plenty of delta V. Thrust to weight on the bottom can be a smidge higher. There. All right. Got the money. I'm going to simulate this again. Actually, let's set this... Sorry, this one. Add that to new contract, HECS 3. Okay. Launch. No, simulate. Oh my gosh. I knew I was pausing there for a second. There was something I was supposed to do. Yep. Yep, we'll do the trans, lunar burn, all that kind of stuff. It'll be the old school way for those people that played KSP way back before there was anything to kind of help you do anything right, which is to just wait before the moon is just above Kerbin's horizon, and then that's when you do the trans-moon injection burn. Okay, lock through on prograde. Again, this is a simulation here. And it's really just about, can this thing make orbit? It has the fuel. It's just, can it fly? It's really more of anything else. This lower stage is all pretty stable with the tail fins on it. And the gimbaling swivel engine on the bottom there. That's all pretty good. Oh, I'm kind of coming down really fast here. Pitching over too quickly. Let's see if we can... See if we can delay. Whoa, come back, come back, come back. Prograde. Again, pitching over just a little bit too quickly. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Come back. This is my dopey ascent more than anything. Okay, I think I'm kind of okay. I'm a little bit too far this way. I'm a little pitched down, a little bit too low. That was a crappy ascent. I should just pitch up steeply because it's not like this thing... Feels like I'm not going very fast. Is it just me? Let's just lock that on there. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let's restart this. I think that was just my own bad flying. Restart simulation. Back at launch. Alright, we're going to try again. Yeah, I'm making this hard on myself. Okay, we're going to go up more steeply this time, because the delta V is not a problem. Delta V is not a problem. Now it's draining these tanks the way I want. See how those top ones are still full? Okay, so I'm going to let myself get a little faster this time before we... Here, about 75 meters per second, so let's knock this over a little bit. We're going to do a pretty steep ascent. That should help with stability too. Like I was saying, delta V shouldn't be an issue. It's flying that's the issue. Both this rocket's ability to fly and my ability to fly. Alright, that should be better. Alright. Now this thing completely lost control before when I separated the payload. Or the top part of the thing, because it's got to do some... but now I've added on some reaction wheels. I have also... We're also higher in the atmosphere, so that should help. Stay on that prograde vector. Good boy. Good boy. Our apoapsis is already pretty high. So... Cut throttle. Okay. So let's get up to apoapsis, see what our velocity is at apoapsis. It's a very steep ascent. So how close are we? Getting very close to apoapsis here. There's still 2,600 meters per second left in this thing. I'm going to need another, oh gosh, what, 1,400 meters per second. Oh, easy. Easy got the fuel. Easy got the fuel. Okay, we're going to do this for real. So terminate the simulation. This is the real one. This is the real one now. I do like this crash simulator because it so nicely separates when you're, you know, simulating and training and practicing and all that kind of stuff, and when you're just, when it's ready to go, you know, for real. And see, now if something goes bad, I don't have the ability to revert back to launch. We're just gonna live with whatever badness happens. Okay, let's change this to HECS 3. There's our contract to remind us. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. I'm gonna let this get up to about 75, 80 meters per second, and we're gonna knock it over just a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. Go. Lock that on the prograde. A little bit too far to the north. Try and get that heading to be right on 90 degrees. It's a little bit too far to the south. There we go. Keep an eye on Apoapsis. Okay. Descent seems to be going pretty good. Again, steeper than normal, but that seems to help with the stability of this thing, and there should be lots and lots of fuel in it. You know, I'm not convinced on that strat that I am getting hit for science not going. I don't think I am. I am going to collect some science outside of... once I'm in orbit, I'm going to turn on all the sciencey stuff. Okay, staging. Staying on that vector, and 70 kilometers on the Apoapsis. Not flipping out, stability is good. 80, okay. Let's time warp up to Apoapsis. Get ourselves out of the atmosphere. Okay. Put this on the... Whoa! Those reaction wheels are small. Are strong. Okay. I'm going to have to kind of do this with my eyeballs because I don't know what the time is to Apoapsis, so we're just going to kind of watch this. If I had the tracking station, this would be way better. But I think I'm going to start throttling up now. I don't know. I think I'm still not close enough. I usually typically wait till I'm about 30 seconds ahead. Actually, I got a long way to bring that periapsis up. Let's start going. Yeah. Maybe even pitch up a bit. Maybe even pitch up a lot. I want to keep that Apoapsis ahead of me. Okay. So I'm just using pitch to kind of keep that Apoapsis just ahead of me. Periapsis just past negative 350, so still got a long way to go. Oh, 4 maneuver nodes, and whoa, 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 slow down, slow down. Lock that to prograde. Just about there. See periapsis coming out the other side. And good enough. In fact, very good enough. 81 by 80. Okay. We're there. I'm going to put this on to, whoops, the normal vector. Might just toggle off these reaction wheels. I don't think I need them because there's reaction wheels in the probe body. Let's turn on that antenna. I thought one turned on the antenna. One doesn't turn on the antenna. Okay, extend the antenna that way. 2 should turn on the science, right? You all saw me do that. 2 doesn't turn on the science. Okay, maybe it really doesn't like that I kind of put on those, so we'll just do this. Turn that on. Turn that on. And turn on the telemetry and the light experiment. So this should be collecting data. Electricity is, let's think about where that, I only have 2 solar panels, so I gotta think about where to place them. Okay, electricity is perpetual, so that's good. So we'll let this thing collect science. There's the moon. How long does it take to collect all the science? That's going to take... Oh, that's already done. Sorry, the thermometer's already done. I forgot, of course, we've been up here before. All of this is already done. What was I even worried about? Oh, my golly. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to head off to the moon. There's my other satellite I'd already put into orbit. So I'm going to time warp here. And this is going to be a no maneuver node, one-shotter type of thing. But I know if I point prograde just as the moon's about to come over the horizon, that should give you a trajectory that's going to hit the moon. That's sort of the way we used to do it. Everyone used to do it kind of back in the day. Let me look at it from here. You should be able to see, like, if you line up, like, there's the moon, right? Yeah, so you should be able to go further than this. It's further than this. Just before the moon comes over the horizon. It's really the good time to do it. Or maybe just as it comes right up. I'm thinking a little further. What's that look like from here? Can't really see the moon, of course. But I'm thinking of punching this. I'm thinking I'm going to punch it. I'm going to punch it. The moon must be just about to come up. Let's punch this. So, let's do it. I'm nervous about this because I hate not having maneuver nodes. So we're going to go up until we're at 12,000 kilometers. That's really all there is to it. And then just kind of hope for the best. Should be starting to see the moon come up. There's the moon rising. So I think I got this timed out right. "12 megameters is the altitude of the moon." Whoa, that's pretty darn close right there. Let's get a little bit more. Oh, be careful, Kerbalism. You got limited ignitions. I got 14 ignitions left. Always kind of forget about those things with Kerbalism. It's too easy to forget about those things. Okay, gonna put that on there. Gonna look about what are the solar panels exposure. Gotta think about all of these things. And you see, because I don't have the tracking station, all it's doing is this. That's all you see. But with luck, we should be... Oh, it's just warning me I changed my strategies. Yeah. Mimbus probe's no longer available. Okay, fine. I don't know how it knew that I'm not doing that. Okay. Maybe it did that as soon as I picked the moon one. So with luck, I should keep an eye on electricity in case, but with luck, we should be intercepting with the moon. I got the antenna up. Yep. I want to make sure I don't do anything silly. Now that this is set up. Come on, moon. Come on, moon. Come on, moon. We need you. We need you too. This is going to work. This is going to work. This is going to work. Right. 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 Yes. Yes. Oh, I guess fly by the moon is also going by the moon. It's not just getting into the moon's SOI, but we should be collecting all kinds of science, shouldn't we? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My game just froze. Oh, dear. Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened there. My game was frozen there for a bit, and then I hit escape, and my game is not frozen. But why are all these... It stopped. Didn't I turn you guys on? Turn you on. Goodness sakes. I thought I turned you guys all on. There and there. Okay. And we got this contract, so that's good. Excellent. All right, we're collecting all kinds of science. Which one's going to take the longest here? Radiation scan says invalid. That one's going to take just a couple of minutes. And... oh, the light's already done and the telemetry's almost done too. Okay, so we're going to fly by the moon. All right. So I said I was going to start this by flying by the moon. And we're going to fly by the moon. So I am more than just a tad bit pleased. Now, what's our our periapsis? Did anybody see that? Our periapsis is 215 meters. Let's see if we can do something about that. So we're going to point to the radial... Do I have the vector for it? Yes, the radially out vector. And we're going to raise this up to about 10 kilometers. There. I don't want to hit the moon. Okay, and then again, we're going to look at this. But this will give me some low space science, too. That's awesome. Okay, we'll rotate this so it's 100%. Okay. Nice, and we're transmitting that science away. Okay, let's get into where the moon is. Okay, some science has been transmitted. The light's been transmitted. The temperature scan's been transmitted. It's our first time in the moon's SOI. There's our radiation scan's been transmitted. That's all of our science. But when we get into low space, about the moon, we should be getting more. Not the radiation scan. The radiation scan's a one-offer for just being in the moon's SOI, because there's no magnetic field around the moon. Okay. I'm certainly glad I checked that periapsis. Okay, come on, where's low space? Oh, we have no connection. So these should be running, but we don't have any feedback from the probe until we're of course in the communication shadow of the moon. We have to wait for Kerbin to rise. But it should be, I'm pretty sure, collecting science anyway. It obviously can't transmit it, but it's not giving us any feedback. Kerbalism won't tell you anything about what's going on if you don't have a communication link. So it should be collecting science, we're just not seeing it. But as soon as Kerbin pops up on the horizon, we should have a pile of information here. There we go. See, it's already collected a bunch of it. The hard drive is almost 3/4 full. Nice, there's Kerbin. Some sunshine. Oh, we got lots of electric charge. That's not a problem. Now, I don't know if we're going to get all of this away. It looks like we are. Nice. So it was still collecting all that stuff. I think I got. Let's just transmit away the rest of this. But if we take a look at the science archive from Kerbalism, and we take a look, we did the light experiment around the moon. Yep, got space low, space high. We did a telemetry report around the moon. Space low, space high, got all of it. Got temperature scan around the moon, all of it. And the radiation scan was just the one. So we got all of the science. There's just one global one for radiation scan. And we transmitted all that. In fact, if I click over here, it'll actually tell you we've transmitted 36 units of science from this thing. We got some milestones. We should be getting... Yes, we got a boost with this because of the strategy we picked up. So we got an extra 52,000 Kerb bucks because of that moon strategy, and an extra 25 almost Kerb bucks from that moon strategy. But notice we didn't get... Does that say minus 10,000? I understand. This is what we only got 2,640 for escaping the gravitational influence of Kerbin, because that's a Kerbin one, so we get a knock on the funds from that one. But that's okay. That's worth it. So let's get out of the moon's SOI, and we should get one more milestone. There we go. So that's exiting the moon's gravitational field of influence. Again, we got an extra 37,400 Kerbucks. Awesome. Strategy available change. New strategies available. We have contract slot machine. That sounds interesting. But I think that's going to have to wait, I think, for next week. What kind of orbit are we in? We're in this big gigantor elliptical orbit. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Are we collecting any science from high space? No, we're not. It's collected all the science that it can. So I think, yeah, you know what? I'm kind of happy. I thought this was going to be a disaster. I started with the goal of flying by the moon and pulled it off despite ridiculously low funds because I got way too ambitious sticking on that materials bay. But next week, we'll be back. Again, the moon's going to remain the focus. Don't forget, on that strategy, I have to land a probe in 3 different biomes on the moon. So we're going to keep putting our focus towards the moon, but being able to fly by it, that to me was a huge step in the right direction. So I hope to see everybody next week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.